easiest way to do it? I mean, how does it feel to be back out here?
Yeah, it's great. Off-season felt really long, really short at the same time, and we've had 3 days of meetings, so it's just nice to get back on the field yesterday. Energy's been good. So yeah, it feels like the season's upon with pre-seasons here, so yeah, everybody's excited.
Morgan referenced a bit of a chip on this team's shoulder from last season. Do you identify with that as well?
No, I think there's just something around the standards that we set. I think we all acknowledge we fell a bit short of where we wanted to be last year, and I think it's just that drive to be better than what we were last year and just give ourselves a chance to perform as well as we can, and hopefully that brings some silver away.
With the new ownership group, does it kind of feel like a fresh start?
Fresh start, I'm not sure. I think definitely change for sure. I mean, I think there's a ton of history that this club's had and the team's had it, and we have to respect that. There's a history of winning, there's a history of a connected community and fan base, and that's something that we have to cherish, and we'll respect that. And it's now up to us to start to create a new history, if you like. But yeah, everybody's just excited to, I think, play an active part in what that looks like.
How does it help in terms of like leadership within the team that you've gotten Becky and Sink back?
Yeah, I think we've got a real good blend of, I'd say, senior leadership and more youthful leadership. Last year we had the same, I would say, but we, arguably the likes of a Stam, they stepped up into more leadership roles. And I think having Becky, Sink, Klings, those types who can continue to nurture the leadership of everybody and not just the leaders within the group. Because they go about their business more through example versus their voice. And I think just by the standards they're setting, how they collectively just keep a handle on the group and guide some of the youth that we do have.
Looking forward to this season too, what kind of role are you expecting and play out of Stam? She had a fantastic season last year. How does she build on that?
Yeah, I mean, well, she's on the field still doing extras now. I think it's just in her nature to continue to produce what she has and stretch more. And that's the exciting part. Like what Sam produced last year as a second-year pro was phenomenal. So it's just consistency. I think the tough part is what she produced is hard enough once, but then to reproduce that again will be success, I think, in my eyes at least. But yeah, she's going to be stretching on the field, in the classroom, trying to get the video done, but she'll be playing a big role again.
Mike, can you tell us about your draft class and if Sam was secretly there to tell you to take Penn State back?
No, she wasn't there secretly. I will say she texted and said, "Oh, thanks for drafting some of my friends." I said, "Well, that wasn't the reason why we drafted them." But no, listen, I think we had some positions that we had identified in terms of filling for impact and more depth as well, and we were happy with where we came out of. Obviously, I'd say to the public eye, the selection, the cap maybe raised a few eyebrows, but obviously we knew the situation with Bella. So we're excited. I think we've got a blend of what we see as young, tenacious, hungry talent. They've got talent, but they've got a bit of face, like grit and determination about them, which is exciting. But then there's also just a physicality that we feel is needed for the league and also suitable for how we want to play.
Can you talk to us about just having Sarah and Stam, how much her experience will this season?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've got basically an assistant coaches. I've got two who have been head coaches and one who's been a GM as well. So for me being a newer head coach at this level, that was a piece that I had with Rob last year that I really wanted to get after. And then just having Sarah's addition with her experience. She's just finished her pro license as well, so having gone through that. And then she just adds league experience as well. So yeah, I think it's coming together. We're goalkeeping coaches en route as well, in terms of should be on the field tomorrow. So staff's, yeah, it's coming together. Would have been nice if it was 3 or 4 days ago before, but yeah, we're happy with where we're training with that.
Yeah, do you and Karina see any more additions happening for the season to the team? Obviously there's a report out
Yeah, no, we're still building in terms of how we're evolving the roster. We would like to add, I'd say, more than one. There's 2 or 3 that we're actively working towards, and we're hopeful we'll get those across the line and in a timely manner. And we're still waiting on Isabella getting her visa and ITC cleared, but as soon as we can get her in, it'll be great to have her on the ground as well.
Well, did it mean anything to you being able to draft a kid from the hometown here in that last pick for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it played a part. I mean, Katie's been out with us as a training player in the summer last year, so we knew what we got in terms of quality and as a person, our attitude towards training. But I think there's a huge part of definitely the local part, and I think the community. I spoke to, respecting the history of what this club is, and we have such a, like in this arena when it's full, the fan base is incredible, and just the community that we've had, and I think that just adds to it, and it's something that we hold important for us moving forward.
What was that phone call like with her when you called her and told her, hey, you're coming home?
Yeah, I think she was in shock, like they all are. I mean, I've said this to some people behind the scenes. I think the draft process, these young ladies, they must go through the ringer, like anticipation, excitement, nerves, not knowing, and then their life gets torn upside down. And for me to have the privilege of seeing their faces or hearing their voices when you tell them, it's pretty incredible, and it's something that I hold dear, and it's not something I take for granted. But yeah, there was nerves, there was excitement, and you see them on their first day they arrive, they're all nervous, and with each day hopefully that the nerves settle and they can continue just to be who they are.
Do you think it'll help her just having familiarity with the facility, things like that?
Yeah, for sure. She's got a leg up in that respect. Like the environment's not new, the players aren't new to her, but yeah, nevertheless there's still a lot at stake for all of them. But yeah, it is nice to have a local one in the books.
You guys, have the sale. I know that it's been quite a process to get to this point. How does it feel to just kind of at least have that process in the rearview mirror and not have to, think about that anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really been at the forefront of what I'll speak for myself.
Yeah.
Not really at the forefront of mine. I've had a job last year to prepare the players the best I could for them to perform, support them through that. So that's what I've continued to do in the off season. That's what I continue to do now. And yeah, I mean, listen, you don't need to necessarily worry about that, but we've still got a transition period ahead. We've probably got the smoothest transition on the ground in terms of soccer operations, but there's still a ton of work to be done from a business standpoint. And so yeah, it's still in the rear view for sure. But yeah, my job's just to get the best out of the players and give them the best chance to flourish.